I know when I come on. Oh, I forgot to put my glasses on. Tools. Put my glasses on. Hi. Welcome to Tuesday. I don't need my glasses on. All right. I want to see the comments. Great. So we're going to do a crochet tool.
Yeah, well, the hook's a tool.
A tool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay.
But first.
First.
You have to show my pretty yarn off.
Yes. So we're going to do, I'm going to cough on camera. Also, I look like I just got my hair cut for first grade.
You're going to
How'd
look
I
marvelous.
look, teacher?
Marvelous for your first day of school.
Hi, Melissa. We're going to do a group project if you want. Or not. You can just follow along. It's going to be a long project. I have wanted to make a temperature blanket, crochet temperature blanket for a while. Fairly easy to do. It's one stitch. Usually they're a year-long project. So you follow the temperature for a year and you pick your yarn according to a temperature range. And then it's this very colorful, fun project. Huge blanket. And you can alter it however you want to. The math and picking a yarn scheme was a little daunting to me, so I keep putting it off.
But weren't you going to have your mathematician do it?
I was going to ask my son.
Yeah.
I'm still going to ask my son. We're going to try and attempt it, and I'll have him check my work. He's got his, well, he graduates this year with a bachelor's in mathematics. And I'm not going to do like a whole year.
I probably am.
You probably are. So
Yeah.
the plan is I'm going to do a baby blanket, temperature blanket.
So how it was when they were...
Right. So I'm going to start with the most recent pregnancy announcement in my family. I have 3 babies coming.
Who's getting the blanket?
The most recent one
Is getting the blanket.
is going to get it. And so I'm just going to do, oh, so maybe it's a pregnancy blanket, not a baby blanket. It's a pregnancy temperature blanket. Chrissy's going to do a temperature scarf.
Because I have never crocheted a whole blanket.
Right.
All I've done is a chain. That's all I've learned so far.
Right. And we're just going to learn a single crochet.
Yeah, which is the next step.
It's the next step to learn, and that's what we're going to do.
So if you know how to do a chain, this would be a
This would be the next thing to do.
Project.
Hi, Katie. So that's what we're going to do. And we thought if anybody wanted to do it with us, then we would show you our project, show you the plan, tell you when we're starting. I'll show you how to start the hook. Not start the hook. We're not making hooks. Buy a hook. Start a loop.
And how to
Hi,
figure out
Stephanie.
what hook to buy.
Well,
Because
I'll tell you, I'll give you some general ideas, and then you guys are smart. You can figure it out. And
because the instructions sometimes say one hook, but it really depends on your yarn
it depends
size.
on the size yarn you're using. I just started another little thing. I'm not using the size yarn that it called for, so I'm using a different size hook. I'm just going for it willy-nilly, which is new for me. But, so Christy's going to do a scarf. I posted a video earlier of the color palette for me, but we have to write down yours. Do you want to use, you could use this for now. Or no, I should write it down, and you tell me how you want the order to go. So, this is for the temperature blanket, and it gives you colors and whatever. We picked our own. That's my favorite hook size, -5. Sure, I'll go with 5.
You'll go with whatever.
The very first project I did called for a 9, because I was doing 2 strands of yarn at once. It's a very bulky blanket, but not bulky yarn, just regular yarn. I tend to go with a 5.5, actually. I don't know if that's my favorite.
Does it make your stitches looser?
Maybe.
Bigger?
I don't know. Hi, Robin. Yeah?
So the hook...
I don't really know. She's going to ask a bunch of questions about hooks and yarn and stuff, and I'm not going to know the answer because, as I said in the previous video, I'm a beginner. Advanced beginner, but I don't know the answers to a lot of those questions.
So when you pick out your hook, though, do you pick out your hook based on... Well, first off, I didn't know this, so we should probably tell everybody. When you go to buy yarn, you need to buy all the same brand.
They tell you to buy all the same brand, buy all the same lot number of colors that you're using. Oh, we're going to get to Christie's colors. If she'll stop asking me about hooks.
Well, I mean, and there's so many different hookers.
So many different hookers.
Because you've got this one. You've got one that's wood. This one. And then, don't we have another one that I have?
I had this one, ergonomic one.
Oh, yeah. The other ergonomic. And then
I really like these bamboo handle ones. I don't know why. It's a bit bigger. Does that mean I have old lady hands already? And
Absolutely.
This one is kind of an oval shape. And it's got
the silicone on it.
Silicone and grippy things on it. And then this one is very ergonomic. You probably can't see it. It's looking at my face. So it's flat where your thumb and finger go, but then it's, I don't know, it's weird.
But your favorite's the bamboo.
I like the bamboo ones. I think they're pretty.
And I've seen them where they're just all metal.
All metal ones are like the basic, tried and true ones that I got when I was a kid.
And how much is a hook generally? I mean, what's the price range?
I think the bamboo ones were $1.99.
I didn't see that any of the hooks were really that expensive.
I don't know. Yeah, I think some can get really expensive. Stephanie's going to comment. Guys, look at Stephanie's comments. She's, I would say she's more experienced than me. She's more adventurous than me.
She's an advanced hooker.
She is an advanced hooker.
We'll get t-shirts.
So we'll keep you up to date. If you have questions, maybe I'll pin a post to the top of the page and I don't know, we'll see how it goes, figure it out. But I'm going to show you Christie's yarn.
And we'll post the instructions
in
the comments.
I think you're going to do that.
I'm going to try that, yes.
Christie's going to try and put the link to the pattern in the comments of this video. How was your Tuesday? We're going to chat while she does that.
Oh, there you are. I couldn't find you.
Oh, there I am.
Okay.
Oh, Peter, there you are. How fitting from the movie Hook.
Okay, let's see.
Hi, Marisha.
Missed you today. I mean, I miss Stephanie every day, but you know.
Missed you all today.
Yeah. Paste. I think I did it, y'all.
I think she did it. Check the comments. See if she posted the link to Craft Warehouse, temperature scarf, temperature blanket, PDF. It's really just a... There it is. I see it.
Do you see it?
Woohoo! All right. Let's do this yarn.
Grooving on.
So, if your red colors indicate higher temperatures and your cooler colors indicate cooler temperatures, how do you want your blanket to go with what you have?
But really, it doesn't really... just because you put it in that order doesn't mean that you're going to do it in that order. Because
it's up to you.
This week, it's been cooler, right? But on Saturday or Sunday, it's supposed to be like 85.
Right. So the colors are going to go next to each other, however they're going to go next to each other based on the weather pattern.
Right. So even though you're going to pick out a color scheme, it may not look exactly like what you
It's not going to go in order.
Right.
That's the beauty of this project, is that you don't really know what it's going to look like until it's actually done.
Yeah. So...
as opposed to a pattern that's like 7 rows of white, 2 rows of green, 3 rows of white, 2 rows of green, 7 rows of black, whatever. And then you kind of know what it's going to look like. This is an unknown.
Which makes
this
it
is
kind of
God's
fun.
pattern based on the temperature.
God's pattern? Okay.
Just ruined it for Christy.
Okay. All right.
So, your...
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So she has 10 colors. I only have 9.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember. I'm going to split my months with a row of white. I don't know if Christy's going to do that. She might opt not to do that.
I don't know. I'll decide when I start.
Okay.
That's
So,
the plan.
what color is going to be the coldest temperature?
The coldest temperature. What do you think?
And what's the name of it? And then I'll show the peeps.
Do you think?
She's going to ask me. She's always asking me what I think.
Yeah.
I don't know how to tell her. I don't know. There's no thought about it up there. Okay. I don't have experience to know what I think.
Where's the color? Color 1107. Oh, no. Found it. Porcelain blue.
So this is the coldest color for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can do that, right?
Look how pretty this is. And this is the yarn she got.
Yeah. I don't know anything about yarn.
This is the DK.
Yo,
okay. So she actually bought the yarn that's on the pattern that's Craft Warehouse suggested.
And I didn't do that intentional or on purpose. I just found a color scheme that I liked.
Huh.
I just walked down the rows and I was like, oh, I like these colors. So this is the
coldest color. What'd you say it was? Porcelain blue?
Yeah.
How do you spell porcelain? Okay. Cool. Next color.
Next color is going to be lake.
Just lake. Go jump in a lake.
Go jump in a lake.
It doesn't really look like the color on the screen.
Really?
That it does.
Oh.
What do you think?
Oh, that's probably
It's kind of funny. But
I don't know. It hasn't had a
hey, let's run a test. Christy, turn this light off.
Okay.
And see what happens.
And action.
Ew.
It's even worse?
Well, I don't know. It does change the color, don't you think?
Well, I can just now see the very first one.
That's more the color. So maybe I should keep the overhead light off until we're done.
Do you want it on or off? What do you think makes it
let's
better?
do it off until we're done with the colors.
Can everybody see everything?
Can you see? Is that okay? That's fine, right?
Okay.
I keep wanting to part my hair on the wrong side because I'm looking at myself backwards.
Quit looking at yourself.
Okay, next color.
Next color is teal.
Plain old teal.
Yeah, it's pretty.
This is very pretty. Very pretty. Okay, next.
So I'm going colder to
warmer,
right?
Yeah.
So, do you think?
She's got a plan. Plot and plan.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Choices! The pressure! Is this where you, like, panic order? But you
just do it this way!
Right. Not that I ever have that. I just take my time and people get annoyed because I don't know what I'm doing. But I kind of think maybe this one next.
Okay, what's just this?
Which is... Oh, fawn.
Fawn.
Yeah. Aren't you fawn of me?
No. No. Where? Fawn. This is like baby deer.
I know. But I couldn't come up with anything for a baby deer, so I said fawn.
All right.
Go with me, Janelle. Just
next,
go with me.
We're getting warmer. Very pretty palette so far.
Charcoal.
Charcoal?
Charcoal.
Guess what? Charcoal. Looks gray. Gray.
It is kind of a darker gray.
It is kind of darker, but not like super dark.
No. Like a heather. Is it like a heather gray? That's what
I would say a little bit more heather gray. Charcoal would be a little bit darker to me.
Yeah.
So, all right, next, warmer.
Fern green.
Okay. Very pretty. Fern green.
It doesn't look like that on the video though.
Yeah.
It's a different color.
Really? No.
Yeah. It's still a different color. It doesn't look like that. It looks more army green online.
Weird.
Isn't that weird?
Should we turn the light back on?
Oh, just kidding.
Green. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That looks more like the green.
All right.
A little bit.
Maybe it's my phone.
And then
we have 4 colors left. What do you want to be a hot day of the year?
Probably that, don't you think? I'm gonna do this one.
Okay.
Okay. Linen.
Kind of cream.
We were trying to find cream.
Kind of a cream. Okay. Next.
Next is grape jam. I like me some grape jam.
Hang on for some toast now. That's pretty. These are also very, very soft. This is going to be a nice scarf.
And then
2 more.
thistle.
Thistle?
Thistle.
Which is kind of a lavender.
It's a kind of a gray lavender.
A
don't you
gray,
think?
yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Last
And my
one.
last favorite color. What do you think it is? Carnation.
Huh.
Christie's favorite color.
Pink. All right. So, I don't even know if I can get this all in the... You guys ski? That's going to be Christie's scarf. That's going to be
like
so
a
pretty.
pyramid like you did yours. Why you?
I know, but
Why you?
I didn't do mine on it.
You did fussing on mine. Yours were bigger. What do you call those?
Mine is
Schemes.
mine is mismatched that we got. There you go.
There. Isn't that pretty?
So pretty.
I love it.
Okay, so this is going to be Christie's scarf. And
maybe I'll donate it when I'm done.
maybe she'll donate it to me. You got that bag over there?
Okay.
All right, so since we're talking about doing a temperature blanket and crochet and all that stuff, I'm going to show you a tool that I bought for me a year ago. I took a video of it, trying to put it together. Hilarious. Frustrating. Terrible. This was...
You can go back and watch the video.
I didn't post it. I had to edit it.
Okay. Well,
there was some slight cursing. There was some slight beverages had.
Maybe that's why you couldn't figure it out.
No. So, this is a yarn winder.
Looks weird.
It does look weird.
Why do you want to take it out of that perfectly pretty skein and put it on a yarn? Why are we winding yarn?
Well, because sometimes it's knotted in the middle, or when you're pulling it out, you want to pull your yarn from the center, not from the outside, because then when you're pulling your yarn, it'll just roll all over the place.
Oh,
willy-nilly. You want it to stay beside you, stationary, so that you can continue to use the yarn instead of chase it all over your room.
but I think it's funny when it's running around willy-nilly.
It's funny until you're trying to do a project and your yarn is escaping you, and then the dog gets all tangled up in it, and then you have to spend 30 minutes trying to, and then you're not into crocheting anymore because you're frustrated. I don't like to get frustrated. Things aren't funny to me that are funny to her.
When I was learning how to chain,
Yeah.
I was just chaining away and watching TV because I was getting pretty good at it.
Right.
Next thing I know, I got the massive hairball. Garrett was like, "What is happening?" I was like, "I don't know." I literally
In the yarn.
Because I don't have a yarn winder because
Right.
I'm new
Right.
to yarn.
Right.
Crocheting.
Right.
I tried knitting, y'all. Don't do it.
Oh, knitting is... Robin does knitting.
Oh,
She does good.
So stressful.
And the knit, the way the stitches go together is very nice. A knit is very nice. But it's too clicky-clacky.
Oh, yeah. Tick, 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 tick.
So I just made up that reason why you're supposed to pull it from the center. What do you think? Sounds reasonable.
But it does actually get balled up into like a big hairball.
Yes. So...
And you either have to cut it or you have to figure out how to unwind it.
tangle it.
Yeah.
And I don't like to cut it. Although another tip I can show you guys some other time is how to join yarn in a seamless knot.
Is that what it's called? Joining?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. But for now, we're going to use the winder. It has a little, I don't know what that's called.
Bracket?
Bracket. This knob up here opens it up, so you end up sliding it on your table.
Do you have to put it secure it to a table, or will it just
something?
Oh, okay.
You have to secure.
Otherwise, it too will just keep.
You know what?
Around.
We didn't practice this.
We don't ever practice. It's live and in person.
Ah, yes, I fit it on. Okay, so once you get it
How
on,
proud she is, y'all.
you tighten it down. Oh, sorry.
Holy
it's
moly!
not going anywhere. All right, and then this you might recognize from like a sewing machine. You turn it upwise and pull it out so it kind of locks. That's not going anywhere either. I haven't done this in a long time. Let's see if I can remember how to do it. So then you get your end of your yarn out of the center.
Can you get it out of both ends? Or is it always just in the center?
You loop it through the doohickey. I don't know what this is called. There's a notch on the top of this. And so you're just gonna put the yarn in the notch. Can you see that? Is that okay?
Can you face it the other way? Does it turn the other way? Does that turn the other way around?
It turns around.
Oh, well, face it the other way so they can see it. There you go. Now, can you guys see that? I mean, it's facing the other way. Can you see it? No, of course I can't see it. It's the wrong color.
The thing I learned is you kind of have to hold the tension so that it's not.
Oh.
You want it to be kind of tight. So you get it stuck here. You're going to hold this, and then you take the handle.
And then what?
I don't remember. You get...
Oh, there you go. Now it's going.
Here, hold this.
Okay.
You don't want to go too fast. But you don't want to go too slow. Then it will be too loose. If you get too fast and not pay attention, the yarn has gone underneath.
Oh.
Underneath here and got
caught.
That was the video before it got caught in a giant knot.
But the thing I remember watching you do this was that because like your seams are so big, I'm assuming probably mine will make one ball. I don't know. But this is going to make more than one ball.
Yeah. Maybe. I think so.
I feel like a Willy Wonka moment.
What do you mean?
When she gets sucked down into the tube. Where do you think she's going? I don't know. Did she go to the garbage can or whatever? I don't know. Well, isn't it exciting?
It's not that exciting.
So would you do all of your yarn before you started your project?
What
do you do?
Ideally.
Ideally.
But, no. I probably do 2 or 3. Ow! So, it's going so fast, it's kind of burning my hand.
Oh.
Ouch.
Settle down.
I know, but...
It does make a really
I don't want
ball.
it to be too loose.
How do you know when it's
entertaining, huh?
Full.
I don't know. Just like that.
It's full. It's done.
It's done. It's not necessarily done. I think you could probably go a little bit longer. But then, got some scissors over there, Christy.
Magic Facebook.
Just Ray giving me the crap scissors. She's always giving me terrible scissors.
Because I want to see you struggle. There you go. I'll give you the baby
Okay,
scissors.
so here, this night. So then when you just pull it off, you've got your little ball of yarn. Now, the funny thing is, now I would use from the outside because I have a little yarn bowl. that my friend gave me. And so it just sits in the bowl and spins around. I suppose I could pull from the center, but
No
it
need
makes
to.
a nice little ball of yarn.
It does. Great. That's awesome.
So I would probably do, so I really like this. It was regularly
You got it
$50 and I got it for 50% off. So if you see one, keep watching for sales or use a coupon or something and get one.
Did you get that one from Craft Warehouse?
Craft Warehouse.
Oh, okay. Which is one of our local craft stores.
We love it.
Yeah.
Love it. And you can spend a whole day just rolling balls of yarn.
So ultimately, you should roll all your yarn first before you.
I mean, why?
Just
Why
so you
should you
have
do
it.
that?
Well, that way you don't have to keep stopping in the middle of your project.
I know, but you're going to stop in the middle of your project anyway because, sleep, eat.
Well, no, but because you're doing a row a day or a row a week, right?
Right.
And if the temperatures are all different.
Right. There's just no rhyme or reason to it. If you wanted to do that and have it all done beforehand.
I probably would.
Yeah.
Just because that way I could just grab the color
Yeah.
I wanted and go. That's just me. So
Very handy tool. I love it so much. I love it so much.
Are you going to show us tonight how to start our hooker?
Sure. Should I show you how to start a loop for...
Yeah, because I think they should know how to start a loop.
Okay.
And then also how to... Do we want to just show them how to start a loop and then come back next week and show how to chain? Or do we want to show how to do a loop?
What are you guys up for?
And then they can practice chaining until we actually start the project. What do you guys think?
Sure.
Okay.
So, what would be a good way for you guys to see? Because I know sometimes when you're watching somebody do something and it's...
Well, you're flipped around correctly for them.
I know, but if I pull up my yarn... Also, should I use white? Should I use... Oh, no, not that one. That's hard to see. I wonder if I could do it backwards. It also helps with... Stephanie says it helps with tension. So, why? Because it's tighter? This ball of yarn is much tighter than this floppy mess now. So, interesting point. See, I told you she knew more than me.
So I think you should, because you want to practice your chain, because I know that I struggled with, when I was knitting and doing other certain things like sewing, I tend to be tense. But not when I'm crocheting.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, how long has it been since you've knitted?
I don't know, a few years, but I've tried it a couple different times, and each time I can't, it's anxiety.
I do think that when you pick something up from before that you maybe learned when you were a kid or tried a few years ago, you've had that experience and you are like, it was too tight before, I was too tense. So you're naturally going to be like, try to be a little bit more relaxed. I do think that it's something to learn is how to loosely hold the yarn in your hand so that you're not fighting with it, pulling on it, and not too loose. Like you have to find, a lot of patterns have a gauge and they'll tell you a 4x4 swatch should equal about 16 rows by whatever, so that you can kind of tell, especially if you're making like a sweater, something that someone's going to wear. And you want it to have a size.
I'm going to just try and do a straight line.
That's why I stick with blankets. Scarves. Yeah. I did make a scarf with some pockets. I haven't attached the pockets yet, but...
We'll do some knitting, but it's going to be different.
We're going to have a business meeting, talk about the knitting. I don't know.
But I was thinking, every live that you do when we come on Tuesdays, you can...
Do a stitch?
Yeah, you can be crocheting, and you can show the progress of your blanket.
At this point now, I can do a single crochet, a double crochet, a triple crochet, a half double crochet.
You're so fancy.
And then you just, once you know those stitches, then you follow the pattern. Some are easy, you just do a row of single crochet, and then you're going to do 2 rows of double crochet, and then back to, like, it's very simple pattern. Other patterns will have you do a double crochet, but in the back loop only. So you have to learn what the back loop is of the stitch. But that's what gives some of your projects texture, or...
Show them the little thing you're working on.
I started this little shell stitch. It took me a minute. I started this a while ago. I ripped it out because I couldn't find the pattern, and it was a little wonky. I struggle with some patterns are not. I need every detail to be in the pattern. Not all patterns have that. So I had done a couple of rows, and one side was going like this. So counting is important. Anyway, so I found the pattern again, and then I'm doing this little stitch.
How do you keep track of your counting?
Ah! Another little tool. I bought some stitch markers.
Why is that a stitch marker?
Because then you can, it has a little carabiner style.
It's a claw hook.
Claw hook.
Lobster claw, yeah.
So I've been hiking more than I've been crafting. So I could open that, and I could put it on the end of my row if I needed to, if I didn't know where the end was, which I have had some patterns where I couldn't tell.
I have no idea where the end or the beginning starts. So.
Well, you learn that when you learn the stitches and what they look like.
Did you bring your other little tool?
I did.
Oh,
but
look,
also,
look, that one's really cute.
This one's really cute. This one's a little rose.
If you guys would want, we could make some stitch markers.
Oh my God.
That'd be fun. Oh, I guess we'll have to have business.
It might be fun.
If you guys are interested in doing that, if you want a stitch marker, if you want to see how to make one rather than buy them, I'm happy to do that.
I used them when I was doing a pattern. Why did I can't remember why I got them. It was a counted pattern. And you can use them when you do things in the round. Stephanie might have used them when you're doing round things to know where the start of the new
circle or whatever.
I haven't done that before. Also, they have crochet rings.
And what is that for?
So you put this on your, well, I would put it on my pointer finger. It's got a little hook so that when I'm
you forgot which way to go on your finger?
I forget which way. That doesn't make sense at all. Forgot how I didn't really feel like it was beneficial. Why? Oh, maybe I have it turned wrong. Oops.
Now you're taking your stitches out.
I did. I don't know. This is dumb. I can't remember how. I can't remember how.
Doesn't it just go around the hook like it would go around your finger? No, it's supposed to go in here, doesn't it? Aren't you supposed to hook it in there? Yeah.
Yeah, but how do you get it?
Let me see this thing.
It's been such a long time, I can't remember.
Now put it on your finger.
What else is in my pocket?
Wouldn't you like to know? There. So it loops on the back side and through, and then just kind of guides through it. I don't know why you would wear it, but I know there's a lot of people, and some of them are super fancy.
Right. I don't use it. I think that it sort of helps from keeping the yarn,
the tension,
making a trail on your finger, like giving you kind of like a little rug burn.
But you don't really get one because you're constantly pulling back the yarn.
And I'm not that fast.
Adjusting.
I'm not that fast and good at it, so I am constantly readjusting. So I don't find but it is kind of pretty.
So if you want to get a, what is that thing called? A yarn ring?
A crochet ring?
A crochet
ring? A yarn ring? I don't know what they're called, actually.
Well, if you're interested in it, you can get one, but we're not going to be using them. You don't need it, and you don't need stitch markers if you know how to count. If you don't know how to count, take your shoes off. That'll work.
Oh, that's how it'll go. Okay. Yeah, it might just protect the skin on your finger a little bit more. So, ready, kids? Should I do it like this?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you're going to take the tail, which is the end. I'm right-handed, so this is how I would do it if you were left-handed.
You do it the opposite.
You need a different teacher.
Don't ask her.
So I'm going to take the tail in right hand. I'm going to wrap it around my pointer, and I'm going to let the stangle in front.
The tail.
And then I'm going to grab the yarn, and I'm going to wrap it around my finger again. But I'm going to take the back, the loop to the left, and pull it over this loop. I can't.
Basically, it makes a noose.
It makes a little noose.
Yeah.
Loop, loop, pull back over the front. Loop.
Or is that the same thing you do kind of with a tie?
I don't know.
Yeah, kind of.
Really?
Yeah.
And then you have your
hooker.
Your hooker. You can start hooking.
For yarn.
That's how you get started.
Yeah. So, and then now start a chain.
So then you would figure out how to hold the yarn, not tightly. I may have looked at a
Do it slow again.
book.
So once you have that on there, then you wrap it around your pinky, right? Then pull it through, wrap it around your pointer finger.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Your pointer finger, and then start your chain.
Yeah.
Okay, start.
There's a lot of different ways to hold your yarn. I know Stephanie holds her yarn the same way.
I don't hold my yarn that way.
Oh, you don't?
Mm-mm.
I'm very curious.
Well, when Janelle started teaching me, she said to put my pointer finger up, kind of like, you know, it's the SpongeBob, pinky out, when in doubt. But it was my pointer finger. So I was very conscious about keeping
the tendency is to grab the hook, but you need this to work with because that's your yarn you're going to work with.
Y'all, that's the hardest part, is keeping this the way that it's supposed to, loose. I was tending to at first hold it too tight.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be able to get the yarn around.
And you were like real close.
Yeah.
And you were, you want space.
Yeah.
Gentle. Loose.
So practice doing a chain.
So a chain, once you have your loop, this is called yarn over. We're going to go behind the yarn, grab it in the hook, turn the hook, pull it through your loop. Turn it back. I can't stand the camera. Yarn over, pull it through.
And I'll do a little video and post it also.
Yeah.
So that you guys can, I'll do a close-up so you guys can see, and maybe I'll even have, do we know how to do slow-mo yet? I meant edit in slow-mo. Because if not, I can record in slow-mo.
I don't like the slow-mo. Have you guys done that with your camera, taking a slow-mo video? But it's like, it's painfully slow. Like, nobody has time to watch what's happening. It's too slow.
Well, not if you're learning how to try to do something. I feel like you don't have
we'll
to
play around with it. We'll try some videos.
Yeah.
And then we'll do it. We did take a video. I didn't post it. I watched it. I tried to edit it. It's not going to work the way we did it. Well, we'll have to do some videos. We'll have to figure out how to do it so that you can actually see from your point of view what it's supposed to look like and how it's supposed to go.
And then you can practice chaining.
And then if it's a terrible video, you guys, just tell me.
And she can.
And I'll tell you to go to YouTube and find someone else because there's a lot of really good videos out there.
Well, we can recommend some.
Yeah,
For
maybe.
sure.
You guys are grown-ups. You know how to find stuff. You know where it's at.
YouTube.com.
The problem, one of the hardest things is counting, actually.
Oh, because people
It's
are
the counting.
constantly.
Nobody knows what you're doing. They're going to walk up, they're going to start talking to you, and you're trying to chain 165 chain stitches. And you're at 77. Don't talk to me. Don't ask me where the ketchup is.
So what do you do when somebody walks up to you at home and does that?
I just ignore them. I have a hearing loss, so it works out.
So you just don't start counting out loud?
I just start counting out. Yeah, start counting out loud. And when you hear somebody counting out loud, unless you're an obnoxious child, do you have a child like that who starts throwing out numbers, random numbers?
I'm the obnoxious child.
Oh, for sure.
So what do you guys think? Do you think you might be interested in following along? If you are, I'll post everything. Follow along. We'll let you know the day we're going to start.
We're just going to start whenever we darn well feel like it. Remember what I said last week about not wanting to be tied down to plans? What if I don't want to start it that day?
She'll start it that day anyway. It'll be fine. We'll post it. I promise. We'll let you know.
Oh my God, now she's promising. You're the worst.
I am. I'm the worst. One of us has got to be solid, so, you know.
This is not really the ideal time to start a crochet project.
Why?
Well, because the weather's going to get hot and you're going to be holding a blanket on your lap.
Get the fan and
It's
some
warm.
AC.
So,
And some cold lemonade.
air conditioning, some cold
Iced tea.
lemonade.
What is it? Sun tea? Sun tea.
Sun tea. Ooh, I might make some sun tea this weekend. The weather is supposed to be very nice on Mother's Day. I did not get my Mother's Day present done.
Oh.
Is my mom on here? She didn't pop on.
I didn't see your pop on.
It's a crochet project. So I gotta go. I gotta go home and go work on that.
Get something done.
It's very pretty. I'll post a picture when I get it done.
Yay!
Yay. All right, well.
If any of you guys are crocheters and you want to post a picture in the comments so we can all look at it. That'd be fun.
Do that. Melissa, you said you did some rock painting. And you were going to post a picture and I couldn't ever find it. So maybe just like post a picture in the comments of that video we did. And maybe we'll see it there.
Yeah, because I would love to see the rocks that you did.
Me too.
That would be really cool.
So, if you're watching this later, put in the comments, #replay. And then you guys, don't be selfish. Do you enjoy this? Are you having a good time? Are we ridiculous and chaotic and it makes you laugh? Do you learn something? Share with your friends. Tell your friends about it. Don't be selfish. Tell them where to find us. Tell them how to.
Then she can boss them
do
around
the things
too.
And I can boss them around too. Okay? All right.
See you next
love
week.
you. Bye.
Bye.